Well, hello, folks. I do hope you're well. I really do. My thoughts are going out at this moment in time to two young children, 12-year-olds, I believe they are, in the Manchester area. I think it's Manchester area, who are growing up without parents. Really sad. We got the sad news today about Tea Tam as we was having our tea. That Manny, is he called Manny? I think he is, from the Stone Roses, has sadly passed. Only 63. 63. It's not big an age in this day and age. Really sad news. Now, I've got to confess, I'm not a Stone Roses fan. I know who that Manny fella is. I do know, but I'm not a fan. I don't know much about the fella. I think he was in, was it Primal Scream as well? I think I read it. I might be wrong. I think it was. That music has passed me by. I know it's from many years ago, but I'm a 70s child, so I was a generation or two before that. But I believe very talented fella, and I've reading today and heard last night on the local news, a lovely fella, lovely man, and well respected. But the saddest news is, I believe his wife of a few years died a couple of years ago. She was a little bit younger than him. They've had 12-year-olds. I think they've had twins there. So they lost the mother a couple of years ago. I believe her anniversary was only a few days since. And then I believe a couple of days, in fact I think it was a couple of days after her anniversary, old Manny himself has died. You've got two 12-year-old kiddies there without mother and father. What a great picking shame. It really is. What a cruel world sometimes. Awful. What else have we got? Where we at? Glen Close, yeah, totally different subject. We're going from one extreme to the other. Glen Close, turns out, has been asked to come out in defence of Kim Kardashian. They're doing a bit of a series together at the moment. I'm not going to touch it with the barge pole. I've already read about it. I believe it's absolutely terrible. I believe Kardashian is so wooden, it's unbelievable. I believe she can't act save her life, which is what I expected. The reviews have been awful, and I think Kardashian has been... Close has been wheeled out by the producers to bum her up and talk on her behalf and try to make people think she's better than she actually is. I believe she's absolutely crap. I thought to myself, why on earth would Glen Close get into a project where the star of the show is Kim Kardashian? Very weird. Tom Reed, who is he? You'll know who he is. I don't know. The younger ones amongst you. I seen him for a minute this morning on one of the morning shows. He's just gone into that there jungle, is he? And I'm a Celebrity. Very strange fella. Very strange. Who is he? What's he all about? I'll have a look later. You'll know. I don't know. I heard one of the blokes say, go on. I've been waiting for your voice to change. You put it on, obviously, don't you? You do put it on. Oh, no, this is the way I talk. Anyway, strange fella. Read something he said that shocked me, but I understood it, but it shocked me. Francis Rossi, it's a long time for him to tell the truth or to come forward with this, says he now regrets going back to, quote, was it 86 or 85? 85. They'd split up, and they were pulled back together by old Geldof there for Live Aid, and I'm sure they were glad they did Live Aid because they went down a storm and really set it off on the right path and got an extra few thousand or 100,000 or a few million fans. But Rossi's now saying he wishes he hadn't gone back to the group. You know, he decided he wanted to leave. They all wanted it ended. They'd done enough. And now, because he's doing his own stuff and on his own and he's his own boss, he says, I could have had this 35 years ago, my own boss. I much prefer it. Not that I'm a control freak, but I just love the freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And in quote, you were confined. You never had that choice. He said, but I listened too much to management, and particularly one person within management who pulled us back together. He said, I never should have done it. I thought, well, you know, many of the LPs since then weren't up to the old core standards, but I'm glad they still did it, because I've still seen them 4 or 5 times from 85 onwards. You know, I've seen them a couple of times, then when the Frantic Four got back together, I've seen them then as well. So, no, I'm glad he did it, but I do get where he's coming from, I really do. But it surprised me. I was surprised, old Francis there. You know, he's gone through some changes, Francis. Short hair, long hair, ponytail, no hair. Anyway, that's another thing altogether. Right, I'm going to go. I'll get in trouble. I like Francis, by the way. In fact, I love him. I've seen him doing his speaking tour 3 times now. Oh, not the same tour, 3 different tours.